2014, Apple and IBM CEOs Tim Cook and Ginni Rometty announced a joint venture partnership which would create mobile-based enterprise software using IBM's data analysis to utilize the unique data gathered by each business customer. The partnership would combine Apple's powerful brand name and expertise in software development with IBM's big data and artificial intelligence capabilities. Despite a long history of rival between the two companies, the partnership appears to have paid off. After 4 years of working together, the partnership has created over 100 enterprise iOS apps, and the two companies are looking to continue working together for the foreseeable future. Apple is a tech giant who focus on software development, innovation, and design. The company has the largest market capitalization in the world, valued at $930 billion. The sales are mostly from individual customers. However, in order to grow, Apple is looking to increase sales. Apple has had previous partnerships with SAP and Accenture, but have not yet achieved the market penetration they desire in enterprise computing. Apple is led by Tim Cook, who after taking over from Steve Jobs has managed to generate good sales and profit for the company, despite not being as innovative and popular as his predecessor. IBM is also a tech giant. They have a long history in computing and their focus has always been on enterprises. They have been seen as bureaucratic, rigid, and inflexible in their approach to business, but under new management since 2012, the company has begun to reinvent itself. CEO Ginni Rometty has been successful in turning the 105-year-old company away from computers and operating systems and toward cloud-based computing and artificial intelligence. The original objective of the joint venture was to leverage the two companies' strengths to allow enterprises to create their own iOS apps. Under the agreement, Apple would develop the software and provide customer support through their AppleCare service, while IBM would deal with hardware leasing, security, and analytics. IBM could increase sales of its big data analytics software to businesses if they had Apple's help developing the software and if the Apple brand name was attached to it. Apple would then have entry into the enterprise market that it was looking for because any business using the new software would need Apple computers to run it. Apple would also gain from IBM's expertise in enterprise computing and big data to help them grow in these areas, while IBM would learn from Apple's design and software development knowledge. The end customers from this alliance will receive the best of both worlds. Apple has since had success in penetrating the enterprise market. 74% of organizations saw an increase in Mac adoption in 2016 than in 2015. IBM has been doing well since the partnership as well. In 2017, the Technology Services and Cloud Platforms division generated revenues of approximately $34.28 billion. So how did these two very different companies succeed in this alliance? It was because it was mutually beneficial and used the complementary skills of each company to maximize value. Neither company alone could have delivered the value to enterprises that the joint venture was able to. Apple may have been looking for an acquisition target, but IBM would not have been an ideal candidate. This venture succeeded because Apple realized that merging the two businesses would be unnecessary and would cause too many integration problems for the true value of the alliance to be realized. Both parties learned that they can work with their competition, even if they had different cultures. The two companies will expand the current deal to create apps using more of IBM's artificial intelligence. While Apple continues to look for an acquisition target and could afford to buy out a giant like IBM, they have continued to steer away from that idea, knowing that it is better to pursue deals that utilize a company's core competencies without having to buy all the parts of the business that they do not want. Previously, Apple and IBM had worked together to compete against rivals Google and Microsoft, and this gradual build-up of trust has led to the company's desire to continue and expand the relationship. Both companies are continuing to sign partnership deals with other companies to provide enhanced services to their customers that they cannot provide alone. Apple has since signed a very similar partnership with GE, and IBM has agreed to partnerships with H2O, Qualtrics, and Cornerstone. The deal between Apple and IBM was very specific, with both companies knowing what they would be getting. The clearly defined goals helped reduce any uncertainty, and each company knew where they stood. Ultimately, both companies have realized that the more value they can provide their customers, the better off they will be. They have learned that often it is their rivals who are in the best position to deliver this increase in value, and that they can continue to compete with their rivals in some areas while working together in others. Thank you.